This is the Ford Everest 2.0 by Turbo. A lot of people have been waiting for the arrival of this vehicle on our shores, including myself, and here it is finally. If you were expecting a huge facelift, you'd be disappointed. Here's a side-by-side comparison. If you look closely, you'd probably notice that the garnish on the bumper is different. You'd have to look even closer to notice that the grille is also a bit different. If you have a current model Everest, you won't have to worry that your vehicle would look outdated, because the new one looks almost exactly the same. The most significant updates are under the skin. There are two new engine options for the Everest. There's a 2.0 single turbo engine, and then there is this 2.0 by turbo, which is the same engine that powers the Ford Ranger Raptor. Despite being a smaller displacement engine, it produces more power than the previous 3.2. It is coupled to a 10-speed automatic. The previous gen only had a 6-speed. Okay, so this is the interior of the new Everest. It looks almost exactly the same as the old Everest. Sorry about the lighting. Yeah, almost exactly the same. You have the same leather-covered dashboard with white stitching. You have the same 8-inch infotainment screen. You have this gloss panel over here with Everest branding. You have leather seats. These are also leather. And this leather-covered steering wheel with silver stitching. Over here you have controls for your infotainment screen and cruise control buttons. And yeah. Over here you have two USB ports, one over here and another one over here. You have a 12-volt outlet, storage. This is your knob for your different drive modes. You have hill descent control over here. 4x4 low button. Differential lock. Traction control. The new Everest gets a new 10-speed transmission. You have two cup holders over here. A leather covered armrest. You have dual zone climate control. You don't get climate control knobs apparently, you get buttons. This one's for the temperature and for your fan speed. That's a panoramic sunroof. As you can see, it's pretty big, extends all the way to the back. The seats are power adjustable. Both the passenger and the driver's side seats are power adjustable. Okay, I like the fact that it has a manual handbrake. Have decent headroom. The vehicle has automatic headlamps, it has automatic wipers, it has auto leveling headlamps. Over here you have controls for your aircon. This knob controls your fan speed, your temperature. Over here you have an AC plug, so you can plug in your laptop. Over here is a 12-volt outlet. This controls your mode. This will blow air towards your face and this towards your feet. You have air vents here at the top on the roof. Then I bet there are also air vents down here somewhere. The second row seats can be moved forward and back. You have a center armrest which is also nicely padded and leather covered. Very nicely padded. Ooh, that feels good. And then you have two cup holders over here. Headrests, which are adjustable. Leather covered, padded armrest. Legroom here is ridiculously good. I mean, this front seat is contoured in such a way that it'll give your knees more room. I love this vehicle. Power,
for any kind of
third row seats.
Mileage you need, power you want. Ford EcoBoost engines make it possible.
And you also got a power tailgate.
Through the gate, through the deck, and then all the way to the end. Okay, stop at the foot of the hill. When you see a hill like this, you're like, oh no. Let's put it to 4x4 low. So let's press that, and then it will tell you shift to neutral. But this is 4x4 all time, so okay, we're on top of the hill. So let's get back. Now the problem is going down, no? Stop. If this was somewhere else, you would know what's under the bus. So we have the hill descent, which is the middle, this button, and it'll show up there.
So bitaw ko yung brakes.
Bitaw mo na. Trust the machine. Trust the machine. Okay. So there now. Straight back. Make a big U-turn. If you notice, it's a little sluggish. That's because we're on low. Yeah. Pool. Not make a wave. A little right. A little bit right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's 600 millimeters water. The car's rated till 800. Can't see you. Sige. A little to the left. There you go. with the Lubaks. We have simulated Lubak. Like we need to simulate Lubak in this country, no? But the height of this is about the height of a banqueta or curbing.
Sidewalk.
Gutter, sidewalk.
Solid suspension.
Okay, let's shut off the 4x4 low. No, you have to shift to neutral. Yeah. Okay, back to drive. There you go. Up here first. Okay, we're gonna accelerate, and then at the end there's two sets of 3 cones, the blue. Pass through the cones. That's when you hit your brakes. You have to simulate a panic. So don't brake like you're supposed to brake. You have to brake like really hard. Everyone's strapped in?
Yes.
Because things are gonna fly forward when you hit the brakes. Okay? Sige, bana. Keep going. Brake hard. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So you hear that sound? That's the ABS working. Feels like you're wrecking the car. Even the pedal, there's a feeling, diba? But it's okay, that's normal. Next is the parking. Okay, let's stop here. Stop here, yeah. Okay, let's say we're looking for a parking spot. This is the park assist. You press that. Right now it's searching on the right side. If you want it to search on the left side, you put your signal light to the left. Yeah. Okay, it says space found because it's sensing the space behind there. We want that one, so just keep going straight. Keep going, yeah. Okay, space found. Drive forward a bit until it tells you to stop. There. Okay, now release the steering. Don't touch it, right? Go to reverse. And you're in charge of the speed of the car. So with the brakes lang, you can, the steering moves on its own. You saw that? So you're still in charge of how fast you go in, and if you're in charge of also stopping the car. Sige pa, sige pa. Konti pa, konti pa. There. Okay, put it in drive. Yeah. There. Ghost in the machine.
Wow.
A little more. There you go. Finished. So park straight. No problems. Now to get out, that's your problem. That beeping is equivalent to our
Okay, I've driven the Everest a couple of times already. First time back in 2017, and then back in 2018, and then this latest model. I always end up being quite impressed. It's probably because Ford always provides courses that really showcase the capabilities of the vehicle. In this course, I had to trust the vehicle more than I trusted my instincts, because it's capable of doing things that you wouldn't expect a normal family SUV to do, like drive through water that's almost as high as your hips, or go from 70 to 0 kph within 3 car lengths, or go down a 35-degree slope without stepping on the brakes. It always surpasses your expectations. The new 2-liter engine, despite being smaller, is noticeably more powerful than the previous 3.2. I'm assuming that because of the smaller displacement and higher output, it should also be more fuel efficient. The 2 new variants of the Everest will displace all the other variants. The entry-level Ambiente and the Trend models will be discontinued for now, which means that the cheapest Everest that you can buy will be worth 1.9 million pesos. At 2.2 million, the Everest Titanium 4x4 is priced about the same as the top-of-the-line Fortuner. Needless to say, the Everest is leagues ahead of the Fortuner when it comes to features and refinement. On the Fortuner, you don't get active safety features like collision mitigation, lane keep assist, blind spot warning, adaptive cruise control, or even a backup camera. On top of that, the Everest's engine is also a lot more powerful. It is bigger, it is more spacious, it has better ride quality. On one hand, I wish they made more visual changes to the vehicle. On the other hand, why change the formula if it already works? It's still a very good looking SUV. And in terms of features, I think it's one of the best, if not the best SUV in its class.